So today we are going to be comparing two battery leaf blowers, the Kress 40V leaf blower and the EGO LB5300.
So yeah, these are very similar machines. Obviously one is EGO, one is Kress. Let's see what other differences there are.
So first of all, let's start with batteries. So with the Kress, it runs off of the 20V KrossPack batteries, and then it requires two batteries for the 40V. So in terms of compatibility, you have mowers, strimmers, hedge trimmers, chainsaws, and you also have power tools, so impact guns, circular saws, all of that sort of stuff.
So yeah, with the EGO you have all the same on the garden machinery. You have strimmers, mowers, blowers, hedge trimmers, chainsaws. You do not have the power tools, as that would be a bit heavy hanging out the bottom of them.
So in terms of comfort and usability, we were using both for about 20 minutes each out in the field, and I would say that the Kress actually was slightly more comfortable to use. It's more balanced, so there's slightly less weight to the tip, so it's easier to move side to side. The EGO though was very good as well.
Yeah, so the batteries on the Kress are right out the very back of the machine, behind your hand, and on the EGO they're sort of beneath the handle, so it's much more front end heavy. So the machines are very similar weight, other than the fact they're slightly less well balanced, in our opinion. That's about all you're going to notice there. So in terms of usability, the EGO has a trigger here for on and off, with a turbo button on top, which just makes it go flat out all the power it's got. It has a dial on the front here to adjust how much airspeed you've got. And that's about all there is to it.
So with the Kress, you don't actually have a trigger. You have just got a dial on the top, which means this one here has cruise control, so you can just set and forget. You then don't have to pull the trigger to keep it going. And then it also has a turbo button on the top as well.
So this machine does not have cruise control. You have to hold the trigger in for it to blow. As soon as you let go, it will stop.
Okay, so in terms of power, they're both identical. They're both 16 Newton meters max power. So that's with both turbos.
So yeah, the only time we noticed a real difference between the two machines when we were using them is when you've not got the turbo button on. This here does fall a little bit behind, but that's about it. They're very similar to use.
Yeah, very similar machines. So batteries, again. So this one here in its kit comes with two, or if you get them before December the 15th, comes with four 4-amp-hour batteries, as this one in its kit is only one 2-amp-hour battery, which means you should get a little bit more runtime out of the Kress. So price, tool only, this one here is £140, and this one here is £169.
So after our test, we've concluded that they're more or less identical. The only real difference you're going to notice is if you're already running the EGO batteries, you're going to want to stick to the EGO probably, and if you're already running the Kress, stick to the Kress. But if you're going...
Yeah, if you're looking at getting into a system, I would say that this one here had a little bit more power, not turboed. They're both identical when you've got the turbo on, and it was just slightly easier to use. Much better balance. But other than that, they're very, very similar machines.
Yeah, and that's obviously much more versatile batteries, a lot wider range.
Yeah.
And a little bit cheaper, surprisingly.
Yeah. So if you're looking at more information, if you just look down in the description below, you can find a link to both of these machines with a few more details on there as well. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.